Congratulations to Akron on a conference championship in a year where there was no separation. They were able to eke out enough. And 5 losses in a league with this many good teams is certainly championship worthy, and they should be commended on that. The game tonight, I told our guys to be ready to go from the get-go tonight because they're going to come out emotional and make a run at us early. We took that sledgehammer to the head. I thought a lot of those threes were fairly well contested. I didn't think there was a lot of defensive breakdowns early. But our guys stayed calm, battled back, and McAdams is a senior that 6 threes in the first half. That changed the game, obviously. And again, I don't think our contests were all that bad, and I don't think we had huge breakdowns in what we were trying to get done. Second half, they got some pick and pop threes. We didn't do good enough job with our initial hedge to contain the ball. There was separation between the point guard and the 4, and they made us pay from a couple different positions on that one. Certainly disappointing. Couldn't beat him at home. Couldn't beat him on the road. I guess we'll try a neutral maybe down the road here. Questions?
Saul, when you took that sledgehammer and you got back into the game, I think it was 5 times you got it to 2 after Kaminsky hit the first 3 at the start of the second half. Did the team, was it just that run right after the basket pretty much put the game away in your mind?
Yeah, I in retrospect, probably yes, but at the time our thought process was, well, we came back in the first half, we can do it in the second half. And there was a stretch for about 4 minutes in the second half, right around after the first media to about 12, where I thought we took a lot of shots off the bounce, and we didn't trust the pass and make the extra pass, and that's really not who we are or what we do. And that could be a sign of a team pressing a little bit in a big spot.
Quick comment on Simmons in his game tonight.
He's a stud. I mean, just an absolute stud. And he did so much for us tonight in so many ways. The kid's a championship player, and I wouldn't put my money against him winning a championship while he's here at Ohio University.
You didn't think there were a lot of breakdowns contesting threes? Were the breakdowns on the defensive glass? That was the other.
Yeah, those were flat-out breakdowns. So many missed box outs, and coming from our guards mostly. Honestly, it was our guards coming in there and getting them. The possession at the end where they got 3 kind of summed it all up. And it's funny because that hasn't been an area that we've been exposed a lot this year. We've been a good defensive rebounding team, as good as any in the league. But they got us from different areas, and we didn't do a very good job of just flat out putting a body on them. Credit them; they were hungry and did a good job of crashing the glass from multiple positions.
How surprising was Paul Cheatham's night in terms of making 3-point shots? He's big, he's rangy, he rebounds, but him going 5 for 12 from the arc, was that a sign of it was going to be there tonight?
Yeah, it certainly. I mean, we view him as a very capable shooter, but 5 of 12 was pretty extraordinary tonight. And it's different when he's being guarded by a 5. It makes you a little more vulnerable to sometimes something really bad happens to your team. You lose a very good player, and you find another strength of your team. And I think they've certainly found some of that.
Would it be fair to say that they're a bit more dangerous when Tone has to defend Cheatham versus when he has to defend Johnson inside?
Oh, boy. If I could vote Johnson off the island, I would. So I don't know if I'm going to say that. I mean, he's a big dude. But it's something different to guard. I will say that. Pick your poison tonight. You know, everybody after the first one was like, why didn't you double the big guy? Because they can hit 23s in a game. You know, they're very well balanced. It isn't the most complex or ornate setup I've ever seen in terms of personnel. It's shooters and a really good big post player. And I like that. I think that's a pretty good way to do it.
Anything else?
2 games in a row you didn't get Campbell going the way you wanted to. Tonight, was that a function of score and the way the game unfolded in the early minutes?
Oh, he got plenty of looks. 13 field goals is enough. He had a rough night. 0 for 4 from 3.
How does the team go from playing for a share of first place on Tuesday to mustering up against a good Miami team on Friday?
Well, the goal is really, really simple, is to get directly to Cleveland. And that's something very tangible to play for. And as I addressed the team afterwards, I said, go ahead and feel bad. Go ahead and lick your wounds a little bit on the bus ride home, but we got to turn the page and refocus here in a hurry, because I haven't looked at any of the scores. I don't know what happened around the league. Don't really care. I'll figure it out on the way home. Do you know?
Yeah, they won again.
I do care. Well, we can talk later. I don't need to. I'm sure the media that was sitting there looking at their phones the whole time don't need a recap of what happened in the MAC. But I got a nice long bus ride to watch some tape and figure out all kinds of tie-break scenarios. And I know this: every scenario we have is better if we win.
I think fatigue played a factor at all. I mean, really 5 guys deep, 6 guys deep tonight.
Did Dron look tired at the end? I don't think so. This time of year, bench is shortened. It really is, across the nation. And there's no time to be tired in March. It's not legal.